This is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and this is the Motorola Cliq XT for T-Mobile. This is yet another Android phone, and the specs are similar to the Motorola Cliq already available on T-Mobile, and for that matter to the back flip that's on AT&T. However, this doesn't have a keyboard, and it has a couple of other features. I'll just show you in comparison to. There's the Motorola back flip next to it, a lot smaller phone with a concealed keyboard. They both have 3.1-inch half VGA displays, 320 by 480 pixels. That's also just like the Motorola Cliq. So this guy is a candy bar touchscreen phone. There is no keyboard. Here's your volume controls right here, micro USB port. The back is a textured plastic 5 megapixel camera, and they give you another back in the box. This is just a smooth texture, purple back. On this side you've got the screen lock button, camera button, 3.5mm stereo jack up here, nothing to speak of on the bottom. The buttons here, they're different from most of the Motorola phones we've seen lately, and even the HTC phones. These are actual mechanical clicky buttons. They're not just touch-sensitive haptic buttons. So you actually have to press and click, which seems kind of old-fashioned. This is running Moto Blur, which is social networking software on top of Android 1.5 in this case. Again, we don't have the latest greatest, which is 2.1. Currently, you can only get that on the Nexus One. Speaking of the Nexus One, we'll compare them. The interesting thing is, though it does not have a very big display, it's really a pretty big phone. It's about as big as the Nexus One. Nexus One, of course, is available direct from Google with or without a contract, and it's a very high-end Android phone that sells for $529 without a contract, though you can get it with a T-Mobile contract for considerably less. And we'll take a look at it compared to a couple of other devices. Here it is next to the iPhone. Again, it's a pretty large phone, a lot bigger than the Cliq. And here it is again compared to the Motorola back flip on AT&T, which of course has the funky keyboard on the back. It flips open like so. It's kind of a cousin to the Cliq. Since we have Moto Blur here, you can see the social networking widgets here. We don't have them configured right now with accounts, but you would have status updates here, and you could Twitter and make Facebook posts directly from the screen. There are 5 panels to the home screen. We've got the Motorola News widget over here. You can put icons of your choice on the desktop. By default, there are a couple here for camera and browser and such. Shortcut to the music player. Clock, weather, Google search, including voice search. And here you've got your usual palette of programs, plus a couple of extra good ones. We're happy to say this isn't mucked up with AT&T style junkware. There's some pretty cool apps on here. And there's an enhanced music player, for example, we're going to take a look at right now. And it's not just a player. It finds album art on the internet. It also finds lyrics. And here's the lyrics view. Let's check out SoundHound. See if we can ID this song. And in fact, I got it right. So it's a very loud and clear speaker. Of course, if you're serious about listening to your music, you probably want to use the stereo headphone jack. Other features include an FM radio, and you can also access Shoutcast Radio here too. You do need to connect a headset to use the FM radio, but it'll warn you about that. Take a look at Shoutcast Radio. We have a bunch of things to choose from. You can bookmark your favorite stations too. This is running over T-Mobile's 3G network. We've got Go TV channels here. You can access the YouTube player directly from the player as well, and you can go to your own videos. This is a 528 megahertz Qualcomm processor. It's kind of like last year's model for CPU. Same thing is on the Cliq XT, the Backflip, the Hero. So it's okay for playing videos, but it's not going to play super high bitrate videos that you put on the card. But for average mobile videos, it works in just fine. So that's Go TV channel. Again, that's built in. With the data plan, you have full access to that. This has the usual YouTube player here. You've probably seen it about a bazillion times. We'll just show it to you again real quick again. And this is again over T-Mobile's 3G network where we get about 900K. We don't have the faster 3G here yet. We'll just pick out something from the front page. So that's the YouTube player. We have an interesting D-pad here, which this is touch sensitive. This is not, you don't have to click it like you do the buttons. You can get around like that too. These are courtesy of Moto Blur here, quick access to your contacts and to the phone dialer. And I'll show you the phone dialer interface. Pretty much straight stuff. And you've got a speed dial tab, access for your voicemail and recent calls, call log. Voice quality on this phone is really excellent and quite loud. It's absolutely tops. Motorola did a good job with that. We've got Quick Office on board for viewing office files. Usual picture viewer. We've got Shazam, Slacker, and this works with Telenav, GPS Navigator, as well as the free Google Maps. Since this is Android 1.5, you don't have access to the latest version of Google Maps that provides spoken turn-by-turn directions. So if you want that for now, you're going to need Telenav. So here's your usual Telenav interface. You can drive to something, search for a POI or location, get a map. Telenav does a very good job of providing logical and safe turn-by-turn directions. We did find the GPS on this to be a little bit flaky in a suburban location on a clear day with open sky. We'd be driving along and it would say it lost the GPS signal. Then about 10 seconds later it would say, oh, found the GPS again. It never had any routing problems or really seemed to lose us on the map looking at the screen, but I'm not sure how well this would do in an urban jungle environment or on a very cloudy day. Next, we'll take a quick look at Google Maps just so you know it's there. Again, free. GPS based. If you want to zoom, you're going to use the zoom buttons right here. The usual map modes, satellite, traffic view, or traditional map mode that we're looking at right now. You can get Street View by pressing and holding on a location. Street View is available. And we'll show you that. So there is Street View. No pinching and zooming there. That's Google Maps, and we'll show you a place where you can do pinch zooming, which is in the web browser. Motorola has apparently written their own driver. So here you can do the usual drag around the page. It does a very good job of rendering desktop style. We've even got flashlight support here. And the zooming is not as fast and fluid as it is on the iPhone or the Nexus One. It's probably a combination of the driver and the CPU speed that's responsible for that. And you can do. This guy has a 5 megapixel autofocus camera on the back. It takes pretty decent shots. has Wi-Fi. Obviously, it has a GPS. We saw it. It has Bluetooth. So that's the Motorola Cliq XT. Price hasn't been announced yet, but we assume that it won't be any more than the Motorola Cliq, and perhaps even less. It's a nice phone. We wish it was a little bit faster. It's a bit laggy. It's a bit more laggy than the back flip, for example. It's not terrible. It's not unusable or anything like that, though. And it has a lot of nice software features, including that music player that we showed you. And it is nice as pinch and zooming in the web browser. I'm Lisa from Mobile Tech Review. Visit our website for the full review.